Hey, it's John at Tinderbox Arts. You know, I got 3 motorcycles in the garage right now. I usually have that many or more. I got my old Jeep in the garage, and I'm usually working on one vehicle or another. Usually, when I have to start one up to test a repair or to try something, I take it outdoors, of course, or at the very minimum, I open the garage door. And I always wondered if I am in the garage, maybe there's raining or snow or it's just cold out or whatever, and I start a vehicle up for a few minutes, am I really doing that much damage to myself as far as carbon monoxide? Well, now I have a chance to test that. Now, this company, Toptes, sent me a carbon monoxide detector actually for a different YouTube channel that I run. The model is a CT580, and I thought it would be fun to try it here as well. Now, this unit has a rechargeable battery, and to turn it on, you just hold the button down there, and it will go through like a self-diagnostic. And then it'll do a sensor warm-up. And now it's ready to go. The scale that they give you is from 0 to 1,000 parts per million. Now, I did a little bit of research, and it seems like the area where danger sets in, as far as breathing carbon monoxide, is somewhere around 50 to 70 parts per million, so fairly low. You can also change the screen on this unit to a different one, which shows a chart version, but I prefer this one. So what I'd like to do as a test, I'm going to turn this Triumph Bonneville on. It's a 2010 model year, so it is fuel injected, so it's not an old, very dirty, very polluting bike. It's a fairly modern bike. And I'm going to have this tester ready to go nearby, and we'll just see what kind of levels we get. The garage door is wide open, so there is plenty of ventilation, and let's just see what happens. All right, I have the tester propped up here, kind of in a clunky way, but I think it'll work. And I'm just going to start up this bike. I know you'll hear that. And let's just see what happens. Got the power of the bike on, fuel pump is spinning up, and here we go. Okay, now I've got the bike off, and it really wasn't on for more than a couple minutes there, I'll have to see. This unit is still going off, warning me that we have an issue. Now, what you saw there was when I first started this up, obviously nothing much happened. I had this tester placed in front of the bike, so the exhaust was going the opposite direction towards the rear of the garage where the garage door is open. Once I started walking around, you saw that those readings, which were not very high, suddenly jumped up a lot. So it's clear that if you are standing behind the bike, you're instantly going to get a whole bunch of carbon monoxide. If you're standing in front of the bike, it won't be as bad. However, here I am minutes later, and this unit is still seeing fairly high parts per million, up around 80 parts per million. In front of the bike. Again, the garage door is still wide open. So, you know what? It actually is something to think about. if you're doing a bunch of testing, sometimes I do that. You know, you make some modification and you need to start up the bike or car, whatever it is, a few times. You know, you're sitting in a garage even with the door open and you are breathing this in. Now I've gone outdoors to completely clear this sensor, and if I start to walk back in the garage, again, it's been a few minutes. Let's just see if anything happens. Yeah, and immediately that starts to go up. So it's been 3 or 4 minutes since I had that bike running, and we are, you know, right around 50 again. So that stays in here for quite a while. This is actually kind of eye-opening. I thought maybe it would dissipate quickly, but that doesn't seem to be the case. If I change to the graphing function, you can see how it's changed a little bit over time there. The yellow being the danger area, the green being not great, but better. So it's been another 4 or 5 minutes, and this is still going off. I'm still showing 67 parts per million. So really interesting. So look, I guess this is a little bit of an advertisement for this Toptes unit. If you do want to get one, I will put a link in the description. It's a CT580. But more importantly, I'm a little bit surprised at the results here. I kind of expected, you know, the carbon monoxide to jump up quickly but then dissipate because I do have ventilation, the garage door is open, but that really wasn't the case. And how long it sticks around is also a little bit of a surprise. So I guess I got to be a little bit more careful when I work on some of these vehicles.